Welcome, this is the term 1 final review sheet. In this video I will be covering the first page, which is number 1, and then number 2. Alright, so number 1, you're going to determine whether the following are a function. If not, yes or no, then explain. To do this, we draw our vertical line, and to see how many points it passed, we saw that for this one, it passes through 2 points. This one and this one, we saw that this is 2 points. So we write not a function. Okay, did not pass the vertical line test. For B, we draw a line straight down. Let's check how many points that crossed. That only crossed through 1 point. So we would say, yes, a function. C, same thing, draw a line straight down, see how many points it crossed. Crosses through 2 points, 1, 2, we write 2 points. So we would say not a function. Next, we draw a line straight down. How many points did that cross? That only crossed through 1 point. 1 point. So we would say, yes, this is a function. All right, good. Next, question 2. You might see this up and down. I just made it sideways from each other. You're just going to match the correct statement with its correct figure, right? So to do this, just look at the different characteristics. So the first one, you were looking at the domain. So we would say here goes all the way from negative infinity all the way to the right, which is positive infinity. So this is going to be the domain. So the domain for this one is negative infinity all the way to positive infinity. And that's actually the same way as this one. Look how it goes all the way left, all the way to the right. So those are also the same. So we write that their domain is also going to be the same from negative infinity all the way to infinity. Notice both figures here, the arrows are on the sides. Okay, goes all the way from negative infinity all the way to positive infinity. Good. So that is how we get the domain so far. So these two look like they have the same domain, but they will have different ranges. So for this one, it starts down here. And this is, I think, -3. Goes all the way up to positive infinity. So which one is that one? That looks like this one. Okay. So it goes from -3 all the way to positive infinity. Let's look at 2. So from 2 here, it goes 2, 4, 6. So this one is going to be 7. Then it goes, and the bottom number here is negative infinity. So it goes from negative infinity all the way up here to 7. So it would be this one. The range is negative infinity, comma 7. It's open for the negative infinity, but it's closed for the 7. All right, that's the range. So far we have the domain and range. Now we can just look for the vertex. The vertex is the point that the graph turns. So it would be here. This is the point 2, comma -3 would be the vertex here. So let's match that up. And let's look at figure 2. We saw that it is this, which is the highest point. And this is going to be -3, comma 7. So it would be this point. The vertex is -3, 7. Next, let's look at the line of symmetry. The line of symmetry goes straight down here. So that would just be x is equal to -2. No, not -2. It would just be +2. Right? It is also this value right there for the vertex. So it would be this one. Then the next one, we draw a line straight down. We saw that crosses. X is equal to -3. So it would be this one. Line of symmetry is x equals to -3. Now we could look at this point for figure 1. The vertex was right here. And this was your minimum. Because why? It was the lowest point. So number 2 has a minimum. And figure 1 had a minimum. Figure 2, this is the highest point. And the highest point here is going to be called the maximum. Okay. So we would say the function has a maximum right here. Good. So hang on a second while I grab the rest. Now we're looking at the X-Intercept. So here's a little bit interesting. Okay. Here you saw that the Y-intercepts, if I zoom it in, they're all positives, right? They're all decimals. So this one would be something like maybe 0.3 comma 0. And this one would be, this is a 3. So this is like 3.8 comma 0. Let's see. Do we have something like that? Yeah, that would be the second one right here. Okay. So it would be this one. Good. Or this one, let's zoom in. Let's look at it. And it is at this point. This is -3, -4, -5, -6. So this is -4, -5. So this is probably -5.7 comma 0. And this is from 0 to -1. So it's probably like 0 comma -0.3 comma 0. Okay, do we have something like that? Oh, it's negative. So it's this one, but it's, I forgot the negative right here. All right. So make sure you include the negative for that one. All right. So it's this one. And make sure you include that make sure you include that it's a negative here. All right. So it's a negative right here. Okay. Good. So we have our X-intercepts. Now let's look at our Y-intercepts. Well, for this one, for figure 1, it would be right here at 0 comma 1, because that's where the graph crosses the Y-intercept. So we have that as this one. And then let's take a look here. For this one, it would be somewhere right here, but we don't know because the graph cuts it off. So we would say cannot determine the Y-intercept. Okay. Oops. Cannot determine the Y-intercept. All right. Next, from this we can see where it is increasing or decreasing. So let's draw the line of symmetry once again. So let's look at figure 1. We saw that it is this is when it's decreasing. So this from negative infinity all the way to what number is this? To the number 2. We saw that this was going down, so this is decreasing. So we write that is probably negative infinity parentheses all the way to 2. Then we saw it increasing, okay, and this goes from the value 2 arrow to infinity. So it goes from 2 to infinity. So we saw that as is increasing. The function is increasing. From here we have that for increasing. And then we also have this for decreasing. Oh, did not change the number? So it goes from 2 to infinity. So we have that, and it goes from negative infinity all the way to positive 2. Let's just change this. I do not like how one of these are. So it goes from, hold on. I don't like how this is. So let me just delete this. Paste the 2 here. So we saw that it is increasing from negative infinity. So the function is decreasing from negative infinity all the way to 2. Alright, give me a second. Yep, so these are good. Okay, the reason why is because it increases to the line of symmetry, then it starts decreasing. Okay, right? So you see how it decreases to the line of symmetry, then it starts increasing again, right? Then we can do the we can do this one, right? So let's draw the line of symmetry straight down here. That's negative 3. Then we saw that it was decreasing. So here it is increasing. So we can write increasing. And this goes all the way from negative infinity. All the arrow goes to the value of negative 3. So we would say negative infinity, comma 3. That was increasing. Then the other side, this is when it's decreasing. And it starts here from the line of symmetry, which is negative 3, arrow all the way to the positive infinity. So that is 3 comma positive infinity. Right? So that would be this one. It is increasing from negative infinity all the way to 3. Good. And then we also have it is decreasing from negative 3 to infinity. All right, good. So do you see how the line of symmetry is right there? And lastly, let's talk about the end behaviors. So the end behaviors. Let's do this one. So here, let me move this up a little bit. Okay. So this is the left arm. And this is when x goes to negative infinity. Then this is the right arm. And this is when x goes to positive infinity. This is just the definition. Okay, these are arrows. Okay. Then as a result, we saw that this is when it goes up. And it goes up, so the y arrow goes to positive infinity. This also went up. So the y is going to go to positive infinity. So y positive infinity and y positive infinity. So it would be this one. Would be the end behavior here. Okay, so these are the two end behaviors for this one. And then this one, let me move this down a bit. No, let me just move this one up. All right. Okay. We saw that here, this is the left arm. And we saw the left arm is x goes to negative infinity. This is the right arm. And this is when x goes to positive infinity. So here it went down. So that is when y arrow negative infinity. Then here it also went down. So that is also y arrow negative infinity. So both are going down. So both of them are y arrow negative infinity. All right. So there you go. Those are all your characteristics of the function. All right. And that's all page 1 of the review sheet.